Hi, I'm Jordan Long here, and today I'm going to talk about English. Now, English is a European Germanic language, or European Germanic speech. Now, some men and women out there don't believe English is Germanic, or European Germanic. They think it's European Italic. Now, English has taken borrowed words from Latin and French and Greek and other speeches, and they're Indo-European language speeches themselves. Now, English, even though English has taken borrowed words from those languages and many other speeches, that English at its core, its foundation, whatever borrowed word you want to use, is European Germanic. There is no way around it. Now, how do we know this? Old bookcraft, booking down words. The earliest bookend words that were booked during the time that Old English was spoken. And Old English was spoken anywhere from at least 200 AD, I think, up to at least 1100 AD. And read these old books. Beowulf, a European Germanic skald saga or tale about Beowulf, was all written in Old English. Now, Old English used to use the European Germanic runes booking way before they eventually took on the European Italic Latin booking way that many other speeches do. But English is a Germanic language, and it doesn't matter how many borrowed words English took from other speeches, English is still a European Germanic speech. I know that makes some men and women angry out there, but English is a European Germanic speech. Now, I know a lot of men and women won't believe Wikipedia. Hell, they won't believe other websites. Even if they look at YouTube and watch movies on English, they still won't believe it. And that's their own pick. But I know it's true. English is a European Germanic language, and at its core, its foundation is Germanic. And no one can undo that. Now, some men and women might say, how can English be Germanic if it takes on borrowed words from other Italic speeches like Latin and French, and a Hellenic speech like Hellenic? English is a European Germanic language. It did take borrowed words from Latin, but also took borrowed words from French and also from Greek. But at the end of the day, English is still European Germanic. The core of its vocabulary is European Germanic. And the borrowed words do not change the language, does not undo the language. It doesn't undo the speech. The speech is whatever the speech is. That's why a lot of men and women constantly fight about English being European Germanic. It doesn't sound like Germanic. But there was a bow shift. You see, all speeches went through a bow shift. English went through a bow shift when Middle English was technically Old English on its way to becoming now English. When the bow shift occurred, remember, Middle English was spoken from at least 1100 AD up to 1500 AD. When the bow shift occurred, that undid how words were spoken, both the English's own words and also the borrowed words that English took from other speeches. So when the vowel shift occurred, that changed how English was spoken. But the vowel shift that happened did not undo English's identity or what it is. I know a lot of men and women out there want to believe whatever they want to believe, and that's their own business. They want to believe that English can't be European Germanic, but it is. English came from Indo-European, the Germanic whim. It came from Proto-Germanic, and like all the other speeches, English does have some similarities to its siblings that are also European Germanic. English is European Germanic. Its word stock, its core, or the foundation or the core is European Germanic, and that the borrowed words do not undo that. There was a time where English was all European Germanic before the borrowed words from Latin and French and also from Greek and many other speeches over the centuries, over the years. But that does not undo English being European Germanic. The vowel shift does not undo it. English is still European Germanic. So, if English is a European Germanic language, why is it that we took so many borrowed words from other speeches? Well, we thought these words were important. We thought these words were useful, could be good for us. And we thought that if we learned these words, it would help us be more smarter. It would help us be more wiser. Okay? All speeches take borrowed words from other speeches, and English is no exception to this. But English is still European Germanic, even with borrowed words from Latin and French being Italic speeches, even with borrowed words from Hellenic being a Hellenic speech. English is still a European Germanic speech, even with taking borrowed words from other speeches. So you can believe me, you cannot. It's your pick. You can say Wikipedia's being untrue. You can say all the sundrous websites on the interweb are being untrue. You can say all the movies on YouTube are about English is untrue. That's your own pick. But I know that English is European Germanic, and I can prove it. And many other men and women who have also learned on English can also prove it too. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you later.